Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for joining me for another video. So this video is specifically for the M113 engines, and that could be in pretty much any Mercedes Benz back in the early 2000s that has the V8 engines. This also could probably go with the M112, but since I have my M113 in front of me, I'm using this as the prime example. All right, so if you have an oil smell, like a slight burning oil smell, and of course you check the dipstick to make sure if you're losing oil. You can check over here the housing and the cooler, see if you're leaking anything over there. Just check the usual spots underneath. All right, so if you're not finding anything at that point, there's a very high probability that the gaskets have gone. Now there's also, which a lot of people don't talk about, there's the air breather tube into the casing that has more of like a liquid kind that you put in these lines here, and you seal it that way and just push it back down, which I'll show you in the rest of the video. But these also on both sides, let me pan around here, you can see on the other side I've already got it up. These also spring leaks a little bit faster than the gaskets itself because it's kind of a liquid form. So if you have any kind of leaks that are coming down like this side right here, you can see it was pretty bad on that side. Then we pan back over to this side. This was another common area that I saw in a lot of videos, that it was coming down from this side and then pooling right here, and then in the back over here to the side. So these could pretty much be your culprits right here. So this video is just going to show you how to close up everything. So let's jump into it. All right, so the package finally arrived from FPC Euro, which is a really good company. All right, let's see what comes in the box. Okay, so we have number one, the Mercedes Benz gasket maker, which is very important to get their brand. Just something about it is expensive, but it's worth every penny versus the stuff at the auto store that's, you know, I think $5. Can't be worried about that. All right, next in the box, we have the longer breather hose. Now this one on the car, it's actually become really hard. Like it almost feels like plastic, but this one is definitely soft. So you're gonna need that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Kind of a thicker hose, if you can see that. So we got that one. Got a shorter, longer one that's kind of bent. All right, and then we have the gaskets themselves. I thought they were supposed to be Mercedes, but maybe those are the brands from them. Here are the new screws that you're going to need to put in. It's kind of important because it's an upgrade. Okay, it's kind of windy out here. All right, the smaller tube. Then we got another gasket, and then the connectors, and then what goes down into the manifold. Remember, for the passenger side one, it's going to be one with like a slight little kind of loopy thing to it, and you can just pretty much stick it on pretty easy, you know, just like this. Nothing serious to it, and it's all the way on there down. All right, so that one, yeah, it doesn't work like that. It comes out gooky too much. Like I just show you examples. See, like it's too much right there, and then it's kind of going, then it stops. See, like, and it's going down. So it's kind of weird. So you have to kind of keep hitting certain spots just to make sure just a little teeny bit's in there when you get done. So just remember, part of this is going to take at least 15 minutes, and the other side is probably going to take 15 minutes to get this kind of right versus on there. All right, so let's go ahead and push that on down there together, and should press in marriage. You put the screws in here. Remember your brand new ones that you get, and then you can put those in there. These look like these are probably the Torx now. So I'll just go ahead and get that started. And I put a little bit of gasket stuff in the holes right there, so they're kind of sealed up with that. All right, so this is the driver's side that we're doing next, and as you can see, it's kind of curvy. Put it in inside there. Kind of line them up, you know, pretty easily. I would say this is the easiest part to do out of all of this. It only takes a few seconds. Let's go ahead, and the next one is to put that back on. I just put a little bit more on there because I'm just a little bit nervous that it may not stick or cause another leak. So I just kind of overdid it, just a smidgen, to make sure it's all the way down. And then, you know, up next, you will put in the bolts that go here. And I'll get those going. All right. It's a little windy out too, so haha. Okay, next you're going to replace your breather hoses that pretty much have got really hard, and you're going to replace them with the ones that I'm showing you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this. Okay, this one connects into the manifold, and then you're just going to replace those two. All right, so when you're doing that, just remember there's going to be a small tube that's going to go like that, and then you're going to have a bigger tube that's going to go on the other side to meet the hoses there, that you're going to stick in to these deep holes right there. I think they almost kind of look the same on both sides, but you can definitely stick it inside that hole right there, okay? So what you're just gonna do next is just pop in that hose into there, okay? It's kind of hard to do everything with one hand. Crap. All right, so with that, you're gonna put your hoses together. They make it a little bit easier because you see right here, they have like the two squares. Then they have on this side, they have an arrow. Now that will be pointing you to coming from underneath here and then meeting back up with, I hope you guys can see it right there. But you just have to kind of go underneath here to get that. Now you have, all right, just wanted to show you real quick, when you're putting this kind of all back, do the bottom hose first, all right? Make sure you do this one on the driver's side, okay? And then the plastic hose goes up and over into this little cradle right here, okay? So you're gonna need to put that there, and then bring the hose around. Good gosh. And then underneath here, all right, and that's where that will stay. So you just gotta get that nice and tight and into those positions. All right, so when you're putting these back on, this on the driver's side, look at my crows that are always here. You have the three long ones that go on the top where the breather area is, all right? So then you have that, this one, maybe four, I'm sorry. This one, okay? And then you have three of the small ones, which you'll get replacement ones in the kit. So it's three on this side and two on the passenger side. All right, I just put everything here in my 7-Eleven bag. All right, and then there's the third one for the top row. And then you can take, of course, all your medium-sized ones and then go around like so, and continue to fasten these ones down one by one, okay? Or just hand tighten them first to get it seated. All right, guys, so I'm back. It's only about an hour later, and of course, you know, it's the fall time, so it gets dark like at 5:30. All right, so I'm out here with the light. So to tighten these bolts up, you see the ones here, you know, all on both sides, you gotta tighten up. Just use a, if you can see, the E10. Got this at Home Depot. It was only $4, so got an E10. You don't need to tighten them up very hard or anything like that. They're on there very gently. So you can just take a little and it's off kind of thing. Make sure you put your hoses back. All right, and then let's pan around here. Your last hose, if you're working on that, trying to get your hoses back together, you know, this is the ignition coils is going to go actually on top here. I'm sorry, digressing to the next thing. Your next hose is going to go right here on the top, and then push it in, push that in. As you can see, put the back, and you're all good. I know I'm being extra tedious with this, but when you're pretty much all done back here, this is what your finished product should look like. Remember, this hose goes here, down and over, then it hooks into the little hook that's attached to the mass airflow sensor that just clicks right in. Off to the side here, right here, it clicks in. So that's very easy to do. So just make sure all your hoses, if you can follow it, are down this way over to here. So that's pretty much what should be the end result for putting everything back.